We're live. Hi, Visionary Entrepreneurs, Life Changers. How are you today? Wow, the topic today is not only for entrepreneurs, it's for our future entrepreneurs. And today's topic is it's our 94th episode for our Momentum Monday. Welcome, by the way, to our Abundant Entrepreneurs Facebook Live, Facebook group, and this community. We will already attracted over 2,600 people, and I believe that more and more people who are resonated, who are, we're like-minded, will be gathering in this great community, because we are here to lift you up and also empower you to become this person with your gift, with your true call to impact more lives. And today our topic is this bird, right? This famous little bird in that blue, in that like a blue sky, right? This little white bird, a beautiful bird. And every day now it's on this hot topic, Twitter, right? Everyone know that that's the symbol of a Twitter. But today we're not just talking about Twitter. I know this is what's happening, and quite some people, almost like not just that 3,700 people who are facing this layoff, and all related people, right? And including those people who are still working for the company, not just Twitter, all these companies, big companies, especially tech companies, right? Facebook, Meta, and Microsoft and Google and all those, like including Amazon, like e-commerce companies as well. So many big companies, all those employees. And how many of you, I know some of you here, maybe you're already entrepreneurs, congratulations. But you may know some people in your family, in your relatives, in your friends, directly or indirectly, right? In your circle, in your network, you may know some people who are suffering for this kind of a impact, this is like new economic recession. So here I want to share with you my exact similar experience 13 years ago. 13 years ago, I had been working for corporate world for 13 years, similar number, right? 13 years. I worked for like from China to the US. I worked in international, those national biggest like banks and international big companies and IT companies and also financial companies. I worked for, and also for like international consulting. I even brought those big top companies put into their alliance. So all those corporate world, it's quite already a blessing as well. It's like it's a great platform and also great stage for me after graduating from college. All those like if you can still remember your young time, right? Or we always look for some like a big stage, especially like a big brand, big companies, and where it's like a big stage we can play some big role. So I had that dream and worked for corporates for 13 years and experienced quite a few. I remember 3 or 4 big companies, international famous brands. And it's a good learning and also practice experience as well. And I remember my last corporate world was after I immigrated to the US 18 years ago. After my executive MBA graduation, I did find a great job as a director of performance management, working for a Fortune 100 company in the headquarters located in downtown Manhattan, just right to the Wall Street. So that location, everything is like almost like a perfect, right? It's like in a dream for any employee. I would say it's a dream for any employee, right? After you graduate from university, you can get during that time I've already got my six-figure pay as a director and managing over 120 countries branches performance, and I report to the VP and also president of our big department. And it was really like a global business, and managing the performance and reporting to the high-level executives, and get a good pay, and also located in downtown Manhattan. Everything sounds like a great, right? Until 2009, I still remember January. Around the date is, I think it's January 17th, around that time. That's the last financial crisis. If some of you people like my age, right? Or maybe like older than me, or maybe a little bit younger than me, you may experience that last financial crisis. That's also like last recession time. And our company, my company, that time, that Fortune 100 company, was the center of that financial crisis, and almost like get into the financial trouble. But because it's an important position, so the government, federal bank, saved it. get through that kind of toughest time, and now it's thriving again, right? But during that time, I lost my job. Right after just 1 month, I remember 1 month after I returned to the work, after I gave the birth to my second baby. So I had a toddler. My son was just like 2 years old. He's not even toddler, right? It's very young. And my daughter is just 1 month, 4 months. Okay, I stayed at home 3 months, and after I get back to corporate 1 month, I got that same day letter to let it go. Okay, that's almost like a first time in my corporate experience I got that kind of letter the same day. So I packed everything in a small box. That's the money, right? And before we left the corporate building, we had like a meeting with the HR people, signed some paper I could not barely remember. It's during that time quite some other colleagues were laid off, right? So on that big conference table, I can feel that it's so heavy, so heavy. And now today I can still remember that day. It's like everybody felt like so heavily, like almost like, but nobody's talking anything. Everybody was super quiet, just sitting by the conference table. It's just like, I still feel, now I feel like a little bit ironically fun. But still that time, I feel like majority everyone else, right? It's like feeling like they are numb on the butcher's table, okay? Like your fate was totally decided by other people. That kind of miserable situation, okay? During that time, it's funny, like I still remember that day. I may be that the only person who had a secret joy came out of my bottom of my heart. Outside, it's like I felt like a little bit like a shock, because I did not expect that I will get that layoff letter, because I was the performance director and I was managing performance, and I get a high level of appraisal from the VP, from the president, right? I thought they are satisfied with my work, but they still let me go. Okay, maybe, I don't know what's the exact reason, right? The financial crisis, and also it could be also me as a mom, right, with a new baby. It looks like that prospect is like people felt like I could not contribute much, but I would now today I would say moms contribute the most, even compared with other. You guys, I don't know if you're a man or woman, especially for men, okay, here, you guys never can imagine how diligent, self-disciplined, committed moms could be. Okay, so over the years I know that, and even during that first month I was working so hard, so diligently. I was bumping my milk during the lunchtime in my own office. I previously my first time I remember, before I got my office, my own separate the office, I was bumping my milk inside of the bathroom. Fortunately, that's because it's a good company. It's a Fortune 100 company, right? Their bathroom is very good condition, so everyone get their like a small room, right? In that bathroom. So I was bumping my milk there. And after, when I get my second baby, after I returned to the work, right, during that 1 month, I was bumping my milk inside of my own office. But I never let that delay, or how to say, like reduce my performance, my work, my contribution, because that ethics, right? We have that ethics, especially moms. You take just extra responsibilities. I know the time is quite rough, and like you have to, and you barely get any good sleep, but you still challenge yourself to contribute your best, right? But anyway, in other people's eyes, maybe your value reduced. I never know what's the real reason, but anyway, the big background is the financial crisis, the economic recession, right? And the small condition is like the whole company is impacted, and the whole department, later I learned that the whole department moved from downtown Manhattan to New Jersey. They just outsourced a lot of functions to outsourcing companies, the third-party companies. So turn out that's the best time, best blessing, best opportunity for my life. But I did not know during that time, okay? I was just like first shocked, but another side is like, why is that the secret joy inside my heart? Because I've been working there for 4 years, and later, like a few months before I got my layoff notice, the same day notice, I just felt like I did not feel that kind of a motivation to go back to work. I could not see, because I saw so much, almost like a politics in the corporate, right? They will always have. So far today, I'm still coaching some like big Fortune 100 companies, management people, and I can totally resonate with them. Okay, what they are experiencing, what kind of challenges they are facing every day, right? Their fate is not in their own hands, every day like that. So I felt that similar feeling 13 years ago, right? Just a few months before my layoff. I was thinking like, what's the meaning? What's the point here? Every day I'm just repeating something. I do not feel like it's very meaningful. I know it's like they care so much about those numbers and performance, right? All this kind of return things. I did not feel real kind of like a connection with people we are serving, because majority of us, we are just like behind the scene. We're operations, right? We're not a direct person. Even I did some like I remember I did some corporate accountant manager position before that Fortune 100 company. I had an interaction with those big companies' clients. I did not, through my corporate experience, 13 years, I did not feel that kind of big values, and not so much I could create. I could be creative, right? So everything is just like in a limited zone, in someone else like a blueprint or structure, and no matter what kind of position you get to, you just always feel like you're that small school in that big thing, and something maybe not totally, it's like according to your values. Anyway, it's just like I could not find the meaning and joy anymore. Okay, so when I was sitting in that big conference room, sitting with other miserable laid off colleagues, and I just started to lighten the atmosphere, because it's so heavy. Nobody was talking. So heavy, just feel like it's how to say that? It's just like suffocating you. Okay, it's just like, oh my God, everyone is so miserable. It's just like this is the last day of the world. This is the last day of your life. Feeling like that. Okay, so I started to small chat with other colleagues, and had some like it's just like I was even like made some small jokes to try to make them feel a little bit better, even though I know it's not really working that way. But I just feel like that inside secret joy, even though everything's uncertain now, right? It's all uncertain. After that brief HR meeting, I hold my small box and get out of it and get to the nearby Pier 17. That's a famous spot of downtown Manhattan, right? Almost every lunchtime I will be going there and join those tourists, right? To observe and to just reflect what life is for. And that day I also brought my box, went to that pier, and stay at the deck. There's some benches for the tourists, so I was just lying down on a bench and called my husband and told him that kind of a shocking news for him. And thank God he's calm. And I just told him, I said, now you will be, and fortunately he was a lawyer, right? So he had some income I do not need to worry about for the family's immediate supply. But I know many of you, maybe now, if those workers you are impacted, maybe you are not in that kind of lucky situation. Maybe you are the bread earner, and you are in that big pressure. And where is the next step? Where is the income for the family, right? So I will quickly soon share with you the quick solution, and also for the long-term solution as well. Both solutions you could have. Okay, how you could quickly turn this opportunity into a blessing for yourself and for your family. Right. So I wanted first to share my stories. During that time, I called and told him this news and told him get prepared that he need to support the family, and now I need to get my time to think about what's my next step. What should I do? And on that bench, I was reflecting that 13 years I contributed to that corporate world, and what kind of values or what my growth and values and what kind of feelings I experienced through all those journeys. Even though I had quite a rich experience, right? I explored different positions, almost like a majority positions I explored and knew the in and out, what is like what may be interesting and what's my next step. And I decided that time, maybe, okay, I was not knowing for sure, maybe this is a time for me to explore something that matters for me, and also for my family, for the future, and for other people as well. And maybe that's a time for me to find a chance to serve people directly instead of just behind the scene, instead of just in the operation, I want to contribute values, even though I did not know how. Just want to contribute direct values for my clients, if possible. Maybe this is time for me to think about to do something for myself instead of for other people, for corporate, even it's like a Fortune 100 company. And during such kind of time, they are not stable as well. And they do not even care about how much your fate is, right? Your fate is in your own hand. And do not, I would say the best epiphany moment is like now, my destiny, my fate is in my own hand. So, birds, all those birds there, who maybe just get those, sounds like unfortunate and bad news about your laid off, and your day with that company maybe you really like and even love ended. I know many of you feel that kind of a big pity, feel regret, feel like that kind of moaning, that kind of fear. And some of you, alright, you're still working there, maybe you will feel fears, not just the Twitter, many other, all these kind of employers, right? People you are working there, you feel that fears, that kind of a big uncertainty, even pains every day if you go to work, because you know when next day, right, maybe that knife will get off your head, your neck, that kind of a feeling, right? I could imagine, I could also feel that. But now today I want to tell you, not just native people, but all the employees, I want to share my personal experience to share with you. This is not the end of the world, okay? This is not the end of your fate, your life. This is not the end. And you do not need to force yourself to look for, immediately get on LinkedIn, immediately get on whatever and connect with your networks and to search for the next job. I know the company will give you maybe 3 months of payment, right? At least take this luxurious time. I would suggest at least just maybe 1 or 2 weeks to give to yourself. You deserve that. I actually give myself, because during that time my family finance was not so bad, it was okay, right? So I give myself 6 months. 6 months of luxurious time that I deserve after 13 years of corporate work, right? Like non-stop, keep working, and only those short vacations, and you did not even have no time to think about your life, right? You only had those short time just spend with your family, like especially for moms to take care of the kids, everything. I barely had any, I could not remember, like really like conscious or that kind of freedom to enjoy my vacation, because we are always like you're on a call, right? You're on a call of your employer to call you back to work and on your next task and next duty. So I give myself 6 months of luxurious exploration time, reflection, do a research, learn. I went to the philosophy school, practical philosophy school in Manhattan. I thank God that Fortune 100 company is so generous. I would say now much better than Twitter, because they provided some replacement, like I still remember it's the Right Management company, provided a replacement training for us. That's a great offer, not just money they paid us, right? I remember 3 months or 6 months kind of a payment they gave to us, and also provide this kind of free training to us. So there, for the first time in my life, I experienced the career coaching to me. Actually different, like 3 coaches coached us from different angles. And that's like, wow, wonderful. I never had this kind of like almost like a personal development time passed in my life, right? Even though I experienced like I had a great college time, and then in a corporate, they always like just use you, whatever your knowledge, your talent, they just use you, right? They seldom give you real training. That's ironically till they lay off you, they give you some like good training. But I'm still grateful for that, right? It's totally changed my life as well, because I used that 6 months, go through step by step those like thinking, reflection about my personally, what's my value, what's my core values, right? What's my, those fundamental questions, the life questions, you really should, to help yourself. And by the way, we provide this kind of service to help all of us, our people, right? Our clients, our both employees and also entrepreneurs, to help them go through this process. How to discover your true purpose, how to discover what your true values and core and gifts are blessed here. And what's your life's ultimate vision? And what's your life's ultimate goal? Okay, what is possible for you, and what you could create? All those kind of potential things, and all those life's basic fundamental questions. I use those 6 months to learn, and including at philosophy school, right? Learn so much from the philosophy angle to learn about the meaning of my life, and of generically about people's meanings, our common purpose, our common shared purpose, and my specific unique purpose and passion and mission. And also did research about what kind of a specific career could meet my purpose. I remember before that, right, many years ago, I had a passion for education. But through that 6 months of exploration and search and, that kind of a quest, I found really coaching is a perfect way. Coaching is a perfect, it's another level of education, I would say, right? Coaching, because first you educate yourself, and then you educate your clients, but not just educate, you empower them. So coaching is totally get the education to a next level. So I was so joyful, so happy and blessed. I found this call. Through the coaching, through this vehicle, I can fulfill my purpose and my life to help many other people to find their purpose, their passion, do what they love to do, and fulfill their own lives, and at the same time impact many lives. So that's my fundamental call here. And through the years, I further clarified my niche, right? My niche to empower visionary entrepreneurs like coaches, authors, speakers, consultants, visionary entrepreneurs, life changers, to help them to find their purposeful and profitable niche, and to create their 7 secret sauce, the 7 key secret sauce, to develop their own assets, so that they could empower many other people's lives, to transform other people's lives, fulfill their selves. So that's my specific niche through these years. And I coached entrepreneurs, I coached also like employees and people who are in that transition, right, from employees, how to get them into that kind of entrepreneurship mindset and also spirit, to create something for themselves, for their families, for other people they are called to serve. So today, birds, I want to say the birds, not just the tweeters like layoffs, right? All those people there who has that free will, still have that free will, have some like even it's not clear, but have that kind of a dream that one day this is like whatever now you are experiencing, even though you are still luckily, sounds like luckily you're in that corporate world, right? You feel like you're lucky. Oh, those people laid off, and you hope just to work harder, 12 hours to keep your work. I want to call you to wake up, because if you always like try to use just hard work, of course hard work is encouraged, right? To do your best to contribute the best. I'm not saying that all of you should not work for corporate. If you still feel corporate is your best stage, you believe that you can play some big roles, right? I would congratulate you, keep working there. But if you are just working out of a fear, out of like how to say, try to protect just whatever you have, try to not be laid off, that kind of a surviving mode, if you are the surviving mode, and if you do not find the meaning, joy, values from what you are doing, I would give you this wake-up call. Wake up. And this is the best opportunity. And by the way, I was like you, some of you, right, maybe forced into that opportunity. But if some of you maybe have not been forced out of that opportunity yet, but if you are listening to this message, I would encourage you to create this opportunity for yourself, even before anyone, any employer to fire you off, right, or lay you off, or maybe you are already like an entrepreneur. I would also use this message to wake you up, to not just stay in your comfort zone, to not stay in your comfortable or like surviving or just like I'm okay zone, okay? You need to think about the next level of your vision, of your dream. Even some of you still feel like it's not clear at all. But especially today, I want to share this message for those ones who are already being laid off. You are forced into this situation. It's just like 13 years ago, I was forced in that situation. If there was no such kind of a force, outside force, right, I maybe was still working in that corporate, suffering every day, feeling like what I'm doing here, maybe this all for my life. I may never say what is possible. This whole big world I'm already in, this 13 years, all this kind of great space, almost like unlimited empire I've been creating, building for myself and for other people as well. I mean, never see this kind of blessing. Okay, so those of you who maybe still wondering, still struggling, and not sure what's the next step, this message I hope could wake you up to know that once you could, and to be the bird free yourself instead of other people to force you, right? To force you. That sounds like maybe some of you feel like people force you and you are stuck in that cage. But now that cage is what you set for yourself, okay? Because they've already released you. They've already released you. I remember some story about another animal. I forgot, it's a monkey or what. It's just like they already like freed them, but they did not feel so. They thought they were still like framed inside of some cage or like a limitation. So they dare not to go out because they've already been trained and enslaved so long time. They thought they belong to that kind of a cage or whatever, like limited them, that condition. They thought they belonged there. And they dare not to get out, even though they was out the chain, right? I remember, the monkey, initially with the chain, whenever the monkey tried to escape, they put it out, put it back, and always chain the monkey, right? Miserable. But that story is mean like, they test that after some quite a while, right? They take off the chain. The monkey has already gave up to try to escape. Even without the chain, they will still stay around because they are afraid that whenever they try to escape, they will be put back again, right? So here is like through years of corporate world, that kind of employment training, even through like longer time before that, during our education is how many years? I finished my basic education in China. Similar here in the US, right? 5 years plus like another 3, 8 plus another 4, 12 years before your corporate world, right? 12 years before the college, plus another like 6 years of college. I had my MBA, another plus 1 year. So that's totally around over 17 years, around 18 years. 18 years in so people normally, if you have 4 years of college, right, you have 16 years. Then if people have a master degree, it's like 18 years. And for people with a doctor's degree, that's another like 19 years or whatever, right? It's 20 years. Almost like 16 to 20 years of your life in that kind of education. The formal education system trained you. That's long enough, right, to slave you in that kind of system. That thinking that all you learned is just to find a good job in a good company, for a good position, for a good pay. And you were slaved there for all those years plus your initial work, right? It's totally over 20 some years. So my 18 years plus my 13 years. Imagine that. I lived in that kind of a train system, formal education system, that the society defined track for 31 years. 31 years. That's almost like already like 1/3 of our life is gone, right? So you were trained in that kind of track. So you only thought that is the right track. And that's why so many of you will feel miserable when you get laid off. You get that kind of like a black email, or right, like unfortunate letter. You think that's, oh, you're so unlucky. You get this kind of black email telling you that it's your last day and you cannot access anything else, right? You feel like you are cast out from the world you are so familiar with, and you feel like now it's the end of your world, right? Because that's your comfortable world. That's the world you're trained for over 20-30 years. And you feel like this is the end of your world. This is the end of your life. Many of you, I would tell you that. Wake up. This is the best news for your life. Okay, this is the best blessing, opportunity. Because this break all this kind of old sky. Remember that movie? What's his name? Jim Carrey? What's his name? That comedian. That movie, I forgot the name, but many of you maybe have already watched that. He lived all his life so that sky, that man-made sky, that was his world. Till one day he went out of that wall and found another world outside of the sky, that kind of sky, right? Found the truth that he was only living in that illusion. Yes, we had been living in that illusion for so many years, so we thought that's true. But if you today would take this invitation from me, from other people already like worked in front of you, we've already worked that exactly similar path like you, and then we get a chance to get out of that wall to see another huge, big, real world, what it is, that universe. I would just tell you that. Once since I choose that coaching and get into my own entrepreneurship 13 years ago till now, 13 years already, this is the best choice I've already made. And I feel like this is the best blessing to my life, to my career, and to my families, and to those people I am blessed and called and honored to serve, and including you, right? Including you. So I'm so honored to feel like, sounds like majority of people feel like, oh, this is a new economic recession, those bad news, right? All those kind of news and whatever, saying all this kind of ABC, put all this news, make it like it's so horrible. It's feel like it's like the end of the world and the economy. And I know in China they say, oh, U.S. economy is so bad and the world and whatever. It's like everyone's suffering. But I want to tell you, this is the best opportunity for you. This is the best blessing for your life, even though you're forced. Sorry for that, but sometimes this is really necessary. Otherwise, you will never wake up. Otherwise, you will never let go of what you already owned, right? Once that's a human nature. I was in a similar boat like you. Once you get something comfortable, you had a good pay, you had a good company, right? You just do not want to move. You just, even though some people did move, right? You want to move to get to a new company, get a new position, get a new offer, get a new a higher pay, right? Maybe that's the only reason you move. But you never wanted to move outside of that comfort zone, take some risk, and to do real exploration and real reflection, real consciousness, self-discovery. And you may, if you were not forced outside of that comfort zone and let go, you may never find this bigger universe of yourself and of your call and of the possibility of your potential, what you could do. Okay, so after 13 years, right, I become the Amazon best published author, also become the award-winning transformational speaker, even though my English is still not perfect, right, as my second language. But I've already created my a coaching business, and also I have my another business in the finance. So all these things I could not imagine, never could imagine if that day the layoff letter did not reach me. Okay, could not imagine at all. Even though now I'm already in my entrepreneurship for 13 years, right? I had my beautiful, great, big vision board right next to me, a colorful one. Those dreams, even now I still feel like, wow, it sounds like far away, right? I could not imagine that. But it's totally, if I could imagine now, right? I could imagine, put on my vision board, even though I feel like it sounds like impossible for me now, but in the future, who knows? I may reach, even 80% of that will be so wonderful. And that could be beyond my whole old life could imagine, right? So I would want to just tell you, all this kind of unlimited thing is waiting for you, okay? It's really now, as the bird, don't just say, oh, just you're let go by Elon Musk or by whoever, by all those Bill Gates, by all those Amazons, or Zuckerberg, right? So you're not just let go by them. Now, take this greatest opportunity to put your hands put fate in your own hands. Okay, you as the bird, no matter where you are, right? No matter which company you worked for. You as the bird, even though you may be already the employee already, because my world attract most of the entrepreneurs. My world has been attracting a majority, 95% of them are entrepreneurs already. So if you are getting this message, put that, no matter what kind of conditions or limitations you are still experiencing, sometimes it's from yourself, right? That mindset, that limiting beliefs, maybe still bothering you, maybe still limiting you. Today, I want you to become that bird. Actually, that's my next life. If I could have a next life, that's what I want to become. A bird. I just want to fly. Okay, fly. Real bird fly and watch, just watch the universe and sky. So, become that bird. Free yourself. If you are let go, that's even better, right? You do not set break that kind of a cave or like a cage you created for yourself. That the limiting things you are creating for yourself. You thought it's hopeless, but on the contrast, it's now your most hopeful time and your most free time. Embrace that little beginning taste of the freedom, because now I remember right after I had hours of reflection and lying down on the bench at the Pier 17 of Manhattan, I was excited. I could not wait to start my search to find out what is my true life, what is my true meaning, what is truly possible there, all those choices there. So it's not just another corporate world, not another Fortune 100 company, all right? Another, for you guys, another big name of company, so another big position or another a big offer. Truly, look outside of the box. Think about all those possible solutions for yourself, all the possibilities and opportunities for yourself. Because if you just rush into another job, try to just get your payment and just go on, you will lose the best window, the best opportunity, the best freedom possible for you and your family. Okay, so here quickly, what kind of possibilities I can invite you. So today is just a brief introduction about what I experienced and what is possible for you on this Wednesday. Make sure that if you're listening to this message, either live or replay, right? Register for our Wednesday right 2 days later, Wednesday, our webinar. It's called Money, Wealth, and Business Opportunity. I will share right after this video, share the link under my video. So make sure that you're registering if you want to learn more, even though you are already entrepreneurs, okay, but you are still struggling with your profit, with your what's the best progress or success for your business. You would want to learn this new business opportunity. This is what I'm doing while I'm doing my coaching, because this opportunity, it's a really quick one. I can coach people in different ways, right? I can provide this quick platform, a great platform I associate with, and you can quickly get on this earning money, cash flow. If you really have that kind of a short supply of cash flow, you want jump onto this platform to do the business right away. Use other people's other great successful reputable platform to generate income right away. And for long run, if you feel like you're called, you want to explore more, I'm also the coach, abundance coach, helping you to dig out and discover your true call, your true passion, and something you can create by yourself to become that owner and also the creator of your own profitable and purposeful and also impactful business. Okay, that's for long term. But if you really want to get some short term, quick money earning opportunity, but still get your freedom, okay, that freedom, do not need to report to anybody, but to become the master of your own life, this is the best quick start for yourself. Okay, a quick start. So also you can say it's jump start. So make sure that you will check the link I will share for the webinar, Money, Wealth, and Business Opportunity, and welcome to join us. Especially this is an entrepreneurship opportunity for you, and also a business opportunity for you to become business owner. Okay, not just use the time to trade money, but really become the one. Use resources, use system, use money to get your own money. Okay, this is not like a spam for or quick money overnight. This is not Bitcoin. Okay, I just want to have the pre-claimer. This is not all those kind of spam things. Okay, or just a quick overnight money or all those kind of risky money investment things. No, this is not all of that. But hold your curiosity, explore, and I would really share with you what could be provided, not just for short term but also for long term, your wealth and prosperity and also your freedom. Okay, and in long run, how you could also leverage our coaching to help you find some things you are truly called to do. All right, so that's for today. I'm so happy that you, and congratulations for all those birds there who are released, and now let's help you to own your wings, right? To own the back of your wings and to practice again how to really fly. Or maybe you never learned how to really fly, and now it's a chance for us to help you and empower you, to lift you up, to feel and taste that free air so that you could open your wings to really fly. All right, we will look forward to seeing you inside of our Money, Wealth, and Business Opportunity, the webinar. Okay, we'll see you, and also welcome you to our Abundant Entrepreneurs group. If you have not joined, if you watch this video from other resources, welcome to join our Facebook group, Abundant Entrepreneurs, and there we will have more great resources to empower you. So make sure that we connect there. Okay, see you everyone. Have a wonderful week. Bye.